Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to 365 Days of Single Shenanigans. I believe today is day 10. Yes, I think so. And today we are talking about kind of an uncomfortable topic, but I realized that I do need to hold myself accountable to this. So I think it was just a week ago that it was a week ago today that I did my video about protein and all of the ways that I'm getting my protein in to try and eat more consistently and everything. And I was not as consistent this past week as I would have liked to be. Okay, so we're addressing this issue, and I want to visualize this issue for you because see, I'm not fat simply because I have fat habits. I'm fat because I have both anorexic habits and morbidly obese habits. And what I've been doing is I've been riding the pendulum swing like it's a wrecking ball, going from one bad habit to the other side, to there, to the other side, and to there, and then to the other side, just forever. And what we really need to do is we need to stop the pendulum right in its tracks. That's what we need to do. That's what I'm going to be trying to visualize. Just like stillness, consistency. Because of course, anorexic habits and morbidly obese habits equal zero progress. And because it's basically, unhealthy habit plus unhealthy habit. Nobody's expecting that to equal healthy. No, it's not gonna happen. So I've done a bit of reflection this morning and we're gonna go through it together. So I realized I need to think about, okay, I do really good when I have the right systems in place. So what's still triggering those under-eating, overeating, and also don't forget the under-exercising and over-exercising as well. So, I can't show you the bottom because that's spoilers for the next part. Okay, so I've identified a few triggers. So we've got emotional stress, executive dysfunction, depression, not having a plan, changing of plans, for example, from like illness and injury. Body image on occasion. Now I do have pretty good body image. I've had pretty good body image for quite some time, but on occasion it does still affect me. And then lack of a sense of control can also trigger that, because if I don't have a sense of control, then I might control what I eat to a point that I'm like under eating, or I might lose control of what I'm eating as well. I'll be like, well, I can't control anything, so I'll just eat a bunch of biscuits or something. And I will admit, these habits aren't quite as bad as they used to be. Now, how they used to be, oh my goodness. Horrible. The overeating right now is really just me eating a few too many biscuits and crackers and snacks, right? But it used to be, and then the undereating might be like skipping a couple meals or only having snacks that day. But the undereating used to be, there was one instance where all I had in a 3-day period was about 4 cans of vanilla Coke and half of a lunchbox packet of chips. Half a lunchbox sized packet of chips. You know the packets of chips that are for kids' lunches? Half of that, and like 4 or 5 cans of Coca-Cola, which I estimate the calories. A can of vanilla Coke is about 200 calories, so that might have been 1,000 calories of the Coke. less than 1,200 calories in 3 days. In 3 days. And so then, of course, by the time I was like, oh shit, I've like eaten like nothing, I swore. I'm trying not to swear, but I did not say the F word. I was gonna say the F word and I didn't. Okay, win-win. We take 1 step back, 2 steps forward. Anyways, once I had realized I had not eaten enough, I don't actually remember what I did, but I probably went to McDonald's and got some high calorie, just crap. So I'm doing a lot better than I used to. And I would like to acknowledge that win, because that was messed up, very bad that I had those habits. So, I mean, the pendulum, I think it's like slowing down, right? So it's like I used to be riding the pendulum like it was a wrecking ball, and now like it's slowing down. But it's still swinging, and we needed to just chill. We needed to chill just at the healthy habits point, you know? So we have a list of what I can do instead and to prevent. So the first thing is prayer. So this is mostly the Jesus prayer, which is Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. And you say that like kind of over and over again instead of sinning. Like, so say you're battling some kind of thought or temptation, you might say that over and over and over again until the temptation passes. It might be in your mind, it might be out loud, depending on the situation. Most people use a prayer rope to avoid vain repetition. I don't have a prayer rope yet, but that's what we Orthodox Christians tend to do. But don't take my word for it. I'm still a catechumen. I've been to 2 catechumen classes. I don't know anything. Prayer. So the Jesus prayer is good for like what to do instead. But also having a healthy prayer life should help me prevent using these coping mechanisms as well. The second thing that I can do instead and to prevent is to get outside and off of my phone. So one of the ways that I do that is Sundays are a no phone day. And of course, I've been trying to go on walks twice a day. I don't think I'm going to do that today because my leg was really hurting this morning. And I might be getting a job that I need to walk around a lot for, so I need to keep it chill. But yeah, getting into nature and off of my phone is a great way to deal with emotional stresses, depression, or any of lack of self-control, not having a plan, change of plans, and body image all kind of come under emotional stress as well. But I wanted to make a big list so that we could get in more detail rather than just being like emotional stress and executive dysfunction. They all come under emotional distress and executive dysfunction. And then we can also journal about our emotional stress. So I might actually, this notebook was empty until I used it for this. So I might actually use this notebook for journaling. And then of course for executive dysfunction, totally makes sense to trial some ADHD medication. So I'm going to be seeing my psychiatrist soon. So I will talk to her about that, and probably she will most likely prescribe it because she has already multiple times. I just didn't do my part of trying it because I didn't want to. I didn't want to do the ADHD medication, but it's probably a really good idea, to be fair. It's probably a genuinely genius idea, as my doctor described to me yesterday. Then the other thing that's really good for executive dysfunction and depression and for like not having a plan is actually having freezer meals prepped in freezer and defrosting them regularly. So I've got 2 meals that I've taken out of the freezer to defrost in the fridge that I took out yesterday, and so now I could do either one of those for lunch, and then if I need to sort out my own dinner, usually my grandfather makes dinner for us, but I am going to liturgy tonight, so he might not want to eat as early as I'm going to, so I might eat by myself before I leave for liturgy. So I've got options there, which also brings us into having a contingency plan for certain situations, or actually for uncertain situations. I should make it for uncertain situations. So one of the contingency plans that I need to like write down and everything is I need to research and document what like fast food orders I can do that still align with my goals of like my protein goals and aren't like too many calories and don't cost a whole lot of money. Probably mainly that's gonna be Subway, but I think I should have a couple options from a couple places just in case there isn't a Subway nearby, because see, when I do like DoorDash, or like say if I was going for a job interview or something, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I can't have lunch or I can't have dinner because none of the options will fit in my goals. And adding to that, I also don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm likely to choose to overeat because I don't have a contingency plan and it's the only option available. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research on all of the nutrition guidelines of like the major fast food places, and then if I'm ever in a situation that I'm far from home and I need to eat like a real meal, then I will have options. I'll probably put them in a note in my phone of like what I can choose that fit with my goals. Now for body image, again, I do pretty well with it, but it does still affect me some of the time, especially if there's changes to my body. Like even if I lose weight, sometimes that can actually harm my body image more than if I was still at like a heavier weight, because body dysmorphia is just kind of crazy. So I have put continue talking about my body with respect in there, because I'm made in the image of God. I love and respect God. God loves me as well, even if I'm at a little bit of an unhealthy weight, or a lot of an unhealthy weight. My body still deserves to be treated and talked about with respect. And the reason I've mostly got talking about it on there is because what you say influences your thoughts and actions as well. So if I kind of set a boundary with myself that I'm not going to speak badly about my body, then that means that I'm less likely to think badly about my body, and I'm less likely to disrespect my body by under eating, under exercising. And then last but certainly not least, accepting that I can't control everything, but I can control myself. So I'm in my own control. Nothing else is, pretty much. Nothing else is in my control, just me. I'm in my control. And even then, there are certain parts of me that aren't in my control, like, like certain conditions that I have to live with, like my hypermobility making me prone to injury, means that while I can control what exercises I do, I can't necessarily control the outcome those exercises will have. This is my little plan of how to battle that pendulum swing that I've been swinging forever. The thing is, because of this pendulum swing that I've been riding like a wrecking ball, I came up with that line actually last night when I was thinking about making this video. And I love that line. I've been riding the pendulum swing like a wrecking ball. It's poetic. It's poetic. But that riding the pendulum swing like it's a wrecking ball is exactly how I managed to both undereat so much that I stunted my growth. I would literally wear children's shoes. At 22 years old, I wear Velcro children's shoes. And yet still managed to be the fattest or second fattest kid in my class for most of my childhood. So if you do the unhealthy habits at both ends, you get the unhealthy consequences at both ends. Which is just wild. Just wild. Which is why we want to be in the middle. We want to be healthy. We want to be healthy and consistent. Okay, I've got some action steps to do from this now, and I will see you tomorrow for kind of a part 2 in a way. We're gonna be addressing exercise tomorrow in a way that fits for my needs. Yeah, it's very unconventional, but it should be good. Stay tuned.